Hello YouTube, without being too corny, how you doing? Okay, in the previous two videos I showed you how to install Lubuntu 17.04 and had a look around the desktop. Well, I suddenly did some checking and realised that Lubuntu 17.04 is no longer being supported by Ubuntu, and ergo the repositories have been closed. So I can't do any updates. I was unable to show you how to update the system. So I've taken a step back and gone back to the previous long-term support, which is 16.04. So now the video is going to be based on Lubuntu 16.04, but it could equally work as for Lubuntu 17.04, 17.10, or the new 18.04, or when it's launched 18.10. Okay, so in this video what we'll be doing is adding some desktop icons so you can actually access most frequently used programs, show you two ways of actually updating software, first using the GUI and second by using the dreaded command line that people are scared of. Well, if you come from Windows, you'll know it's no different using the command prompt. So let's get started. Right, as you can see, the desktop is now loaded. I've put a nice wallpaper effect there. But to add icons, you want to select the folder, so click the start button, go to the directory. When you got the file you want, right click, say add to desktop, and it will appear there like with Firefox. And do the same with your terminal, which is again go to start, system tools, LX terminal on this version, right click, add to desktop, will add it in. And the file manager is under accessories, right there, there's PC File Man, which is a bit like Windows Explorer. Now to change the actual desktop background, click anywhere, right click anywhere on the desktop, say display properties, then it will come up, select the wallpaper, browse for the file you want, and it will create the wallpaper like that, include tiled or stretched. Okay, there's two ways to actually do an update. If you click on the start menu, which is this icon in the bottom left hand corner, click that, go up to system tools, and then from system tools there will be a file there called software updater. Select that, and once it opens, software updater will scan the system for any new updates. If it finds them, it will tell you you've got so many updates and give you the option to install it. So while we're waiting for it to actually boot up, that's how you go about it. There is a second option I want to show after, which if you don't want to do the GUI, you want to go get your hands under the hood and actually do it from the command line. You can actually open up your terminal, and then from there I'll give you some commands where you can actually do exactly the same as you can do on the GUI. So while we're waiting for it to open up, please bear with me. Okay, it's now actually come up. You can see it's actually now going to software updater is actually going to scan through to find out any updates. As its video has been sped up, so it should be pretty quick. And there you go, software on this computer is up to date. Well, that's the first way of updating the software. Like I said, there's another way. If you go into terminal, which I'm going to show you now on here, so you click on start, go to terminal, or you can click the shortcut link you've just created on the desktop. Either way will bring it up, and from there you type in a command, sudo, so sudo space apt. Now on some version of Linux you have to add the -get, which hyphen's a minus key, or in this case, or just we'll leave it without. So sudo apt update will do the same as sudo apt-get update. So now you can see there it's actually going through, it's talking to the repositories, it's checking if they're there, and like with the GUI, because I've recently updated everything before I started the stream, it should find nothing. Okay, so it's done that. It's going to check dependency, everything's up to date. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show those people who want to add additional repositories that are different. For that, we need to go into a web browser. There are two sites I use on my system. It's entirely up to you whether you use them or not. The first is called UbuntuUpdates.org. Now, I'll give it, it's http://www.ubuntuupdates.org. I will put a link to that in the description. From there, it has all the cutting edge. So you see it's now loading up. I'm going to Firefox is loaded up. From there, you've got all the cutting edge software, so the latest versions of LibreOffice, the latest versions of your CompZ, which is your Windows Manager, etc. Here's the web page. From there, you need to click on PPAs. But bear in mind, these are the latest software, so the very latest Mozilla Firefox, the very latest, because some of them may be released candidates or beta versions, in which case if you're not happy to install beta versions, this may not be what you want to do. But this is what I use, and as this is a vanilla or a virgin system, I'm going to install those updates onto here. You need to select which version you're using. As we're using 1604, I select 1604. In a minute, it's going to take you to a page which shows you how you add the repository. You set up sudo apt-get-repository. So in a minute, I'm going to show it to come up. There it is, sudo apt-repository ppa. So you copy all of that, open up your terminal, paste it in, and then type your password in from that, because you're using sudo, you've got to type your password, and now it's, as you can see, it's adding it. That's been added. Okay, rather than keeping you waiting, I'm going to do the rest of these and come back to you when they're done. Okay, it's now been done. I'm now going to update, because I've added all the repository, going to update them, and the two ampersands mean, if you see that after I put two ampersands and then put upgrade, any Linux can string commands along. So if you put the ampersand, it means when that application is finished, run the next. So I've told it to update first, and when that's done, then immediately run the upgrade. Okay, so you can see it's now going through, checking all the updates, adding all the repositories in, updating the repository, checking the old, the official repositories, and then if there's a newer version, it will make it available for upgrade. So we'll watch this through. Again, I'll try to speed up the video so it shouldn't take too long, but I'll be back to you when it is done. Okay, it's done. You will notice that there is an error. It's saying that there's a key missing. Now, I've given the link at the bottom of what you need to type in to actually do this. Basically, whenever you get that error message, there's a no public key available, you follow the instructions in white at the bottom of the screen on that video. What you do is you type in that command, and it usually, after it says no pub key, it will give you a set of characters and string. Just copy that in, copy that command and copy that string in, and it will install those updates. It is now, after I've done that, I've now run an update, and it's now going through and updating that. So once you put the key in and it stores it in, run the update and it should be fine, as you'll see here. So when it's done all this again, like before, I'll come back to you. Okay, it's actually come back and it's actually now done. So, as you can see, it's updated. It's updated every file. We've got most of them done now. We've updated. We need to now add those programs that we've added in. So what we need to do is I'll show you, there's one more thing we need to update, and that's the CDEmu. So we'll add that in. I'll show you how that's done. And again, that's another website, but you see GCDEmu, I'll put links like with the Ubuntu updates in the description. But again, you just need to go to another website and install that. I'm going to open up a text file, as you can see, and I'm going to put some text in what we need to do. We now to install a few applications, so we need some few programs, because the next one I'm going to do for you is going to be, or actually the next video I'm going to do is about Braseo. So we're going to need the Braseo software. It's currently not installed, so we need to install it. Luckily they're actually in the actual repository. We need WinFF, which is a video converter, an audio converter, so we can actually convert videos. Again, that is all in the repository. We need GMMP, which is a media player, because once I've created the CD, I want to show you so you can listen to it actually creating. We need VLC, which is a video and audio player. Again, just for showing you what is how the video works and how the CD works. And the final one, GCDEmu, is if you ever used Windows, ever used an application called Daemon Tools, well that's the Linux version of Daemon Tools. So it allows you to mount ISO images, mount Nero images, etc., and use them as a virtual CD or a virtual DVD drive. So you no need to burn it to a disk. But that's on an external source. So what you need to do is get hold of that. Go to another web page. I'll show you how to get it, and again I'll put the link in the description. And we're now going to show you how to do it. So the first thing we do is I'm going to now installing. That is now going to run through, and you can see it's quite a lot. There's over 200 megs download. So like before, we'll let this do this, and I'll be back to you when it is finished. Okay, I'm back, and you can see that I've gone straight to the web page. This is a CDEmu Team. That highlighted, add this PPA, you copy all of that. It's usually sudo apt repository. I'm copying it here, and it's put your password in. It will now add that repository. It's under sudo apt repository PPA : CDEmu/PPA. Just add that in. Again, I'll put the link in the description, so you won't need to worry about writing this down. Now this is now installing getting the key, installing it, importing the repository into the list. I'm now going to run the update, and immediately by using the 2 ampersands install GCDEmu, which will then give you access. You'll obviously give access to mounting virtual images as virtual CDs, which will be useful for our next tutorial, which is going to be how to create an audio CD using Braseo. So again, I'll come back to you once it's done. Okay, so it's now finished, and that, as you can see, we can now show we're actually going to go and have almost done. So this actually brings us to the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. And I'll put the links to all those in the description, as I said on there. And well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.